Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, hi! My name is Natasha and it's fantastic to have you here. For today's video, we are looking at 20 of my favorite diversity tarot decks today. If you have been around for this channel for a while, you know that diversity is one of the #1 things that I look for in modern decks today, because I truly do believe representation matters and it is important to see ourselves and our community reflected in the tools that we work with. So with that being said, these aren't in any top tier order because it's really hard to do so. I couldn't figure out a best way scenario to do that. So what I'm doing instead is going by publisher and indie. So with that being said, we're going to start with indie decks first. Starting off strong, we have Pixie Pop Tarot. This is created by Jillian C. Wild, and this is a reimagined look at the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck that's been modernized and has more diversity. So there's 79 borderless cards, and they are sized for all hands with a 108-page guidebook. So here's that little index card there for altar card. And here is the guidebook. So it's a really nicely done guidebook, just enough information to help you through it, as well as upright and reversed keywords. So really great job here. There's also stuff about the color meanings and the court cards, elements, all of that stuff. And then the cards themselves, here's the back, they're skinny, they're smaller. So if you have small hands, this would be a great fit for you. And look at how vibrant the colors are. Sorry, they're not in order here, but this is the extra card, the Visionary, after Miss Pixie herself. But it was just done in a really nice way where it was still having the energy and essence of the card, but done in a way that is more up to date. And you can see yourself and your community in here. And it wasn't just like, oh, you know, let's just change the skin tone. They actually changed a lot in the deck here. So I thought it was very thoughtfully done, and the card quality is really nice. It's been a wonderful deck to work with, especially with clients, because again, I'll probably say this a million times, it's important to see yourself and your clients in the deck. So especially if they're not very familiar with tarot, it helps them feel comfortable with it. So this is a great start. Let's move on to the next one. Up next, we have the Mahogany Tarot, the World Edition by Kashira Hickerson. This is a similar situation to the previous Pixie Pop Tarot. Same 78 cards, and we have a beautiful back here. I really enjoy working with this one too. This has just keywords in here. So again, it's enough information to get you by, but should you need more to help you understand the cards a little bit better, all you got to do is get a tarot reference book and it will help you out immensely. But I just love that it's been updated to show so many different types of people, skin colors, hairstyles. It's just wonderful to be, and look at gray hair. It's just so cool. And some of the costumes are different and changed around. It's just, the attention to detail was wonderfully done. So I appreciate working with this deck. Again, I feel like it's important to see all walks of life, and it shuffles wonderfully too. And if you're interested in where to find all of these decks, I have all of the links on their specific videos. So if you want to check them out, you can just search for them on my channel and they'll come on up. But yeah, that is the Mahogany World Tarot. And let's keep going. Next up, we have the Super Lunaris Tarot. This one is an older one of my collection. This I found on Etsy. It is 78 cards, and the author and artist is on the pamphlet here somewhere. Again, you can find them in the video. Okay, all of these people down here. So with that being said, there's enough information with the keywords here to help you get through it, but I love the box. It's great packaging. This back is gorgeous. We have the rose color foil, and the art style is gorgeous. It's kind of like a mixture between watercolor meets collage meets Photoshop. It's just so well done. The figures in this deck are all different ages, all shapes and sizes. It was one of the first decks that I got that was really diverse. And this was the first deck that I got that had a wheelchair in it too. So I was really impressed with it, especially for the time. I think this was 2019 when I purchased it, or around there. So the decks have progressed since then, but I was just really impressed with this. I don't know if you can still purchase it. You can check it out by searching for it on Etsy. But yeah, it's wonderful to work with. The colors are gorgeous. People in here are gorgeous. It's just really well done. And again, Rider-Waite-Smith imagery. Shuffle's really nice as well. The size is great. Super Linares. Another indie created deck. This is the Awakened Tarot by Reeve. And this one was so nice to work with. I still work with it. The packaging, gorgeous. Cards, stunning. The attention to the energy of the cards. This was their first tarot deck that they made. They have affirmation decks, which I love as well. But this was their first tarot deck, and they really paid attention to and paid respect to the energy and the symbolism, but they just modernized it. And the accompanying guidebook here is great. Again, should you need more information, check out a reference guidebook. But here's the back of the cards. Aren't they pretty? It's a matte, great size. But they definitely modernized it. They made it very inclusive. And I love the color, the art styles. It's very natural to read with. Graduating. I love that. So it was really cool to see how much detail and how much time and care they put into the situation. There's a couple of different lovers cards too, which I always love that little addition because again, you never know who's going to be working with your deck. So I think it's great to have the different relationship options. So we have different body sizes. It's just so great. So I love working with this. The quality of the card stock is really great too. Very flexible, but it snaps back. That was my fault. So for their first tarot deck right out of the gate, well done. So Awaken Tarot. Okay, now we're getting into the publishers and we're doing the large boxes first. So we have the Everyday Enchantment Tarot, Finding Magic in the Midst of Life. This is by Poppy Palin. This packaging, so nice. However, it is a split deck packaging. So for me, it's a pet peeve. I just don't like, it's one of those things where I want to make sure that they're evenly spaced out. So anyway, that's the only reason I don't like it. But this guidebook, look at it. It is packed with information about the cards. We have images, story, meaning, keywords, and the image of the card. And it is like that for all of the cards, major and minor. So wonderful guidebook. It's thick. She's wonderful. And let me show you, the cards here. All of the borders are different colors depending on the suit or the major. Here's the back. My one issue is the card size is pretty big, but you can still shuffle it just fine. It looks like it was created with colored pencils or the Prismacolors. It's just very earthy, very grounded art. And I really, really enjoy this. There's so much about your daily life in here that this deck is super relatable. And again, you see your community, you see your friends, you see, your date workers, you know, everybody that you come into contact with during your day. And it makes the energy easy to interpret, as well as there's this element of magic that goes along with it with these little sprites that create that extra layer on top of the reading too, because every day is magical. You make it magical just by putting that intention out there. So this one is really nice to work with. I really like the realness of it, the groundedness of it. And if you are somebody who wants an everyday deck that is easy to kind of insert yourself in, this one might be for you. Very cheeky at times, kind of sad at other cards, but again, it to me depicts everyday life. And I like how it is done with intention, with not only the art itself, but with the borders, with the guidebook, and with the choices that they picked for not only the human characters, but the little babies in here as well, the little fur babies. So the Everyday Enchantment Tarot, highly recommend this one if you are somebody who doesn't mind a little bit bigger cards. Oh, let me shuffle so I can show you. It's a little bit difficult for my hands to grip around the outside of it this way, but they're very flexible. I tend to shuffle them side by side this way. So it is very easy to manipulate shuffling your deck however you see fit. I don't have a right or wrong way, or I don't consider there to be a right or wrong way. So do whatever makes it work for you. So again, very happy with this deck. Very good choice. I know a lot of you already have this one. Next up, we have the True Heart Intuitive Tarot by Rachel True. Rachel True from The Craft. So this was her creation, and it is beautiful and stunning. It is very, it tells it like it is. It doesn't sugarcoat things. And again, it's another split deck, but it is done beautifully. The guidebook, she's thick, she's wonderful, she's got a lot of information in here, and the backstory with how Rachel created this as well. There's also spreads in here. High vibe, low vibe, you can use that as an upright and a reversal, or depending on, you know, how you read your own readings, that's up to you. And then here's the back. I'm going to bring you in a little bit more. So this one's a little bit more straightforward with you, or at least in my experience with reading it. Again, it doesn't sugarcoat things. It's a little bit more serious, but it is done so well. The symbolism is all there. We're seeing a bunch of different people in here. I feel like it's a more serious deck. So if you like more, you know, less fluff, less cutesy, this would be a good one for you. The details and everything is just stunning. I mean, she is stunning. But yeah, so you can see lots of walks of life in here. And again, it does have a few of those cards that like hits you, gets to the quick of you, but it's done in a respectful way. She is a creator that really did kind of take to the tarot art and is very respectful with this creation. So easy to shuffle. It's a good size. It's a little chunkier of a deck, but it's not as big as the Everyday, the one that we just did, the Everyday Enchantment. So this is the True Heart Intuitive. All right, next up we have the Good Karma Tarot. This is by Carrie Ward with art by Amy Blackwell. This one I highly recommend if you are a beginner and you are drawn to this art style, because this is done in such a wonderful way that is easy to understand and accessible. Like, it doesn't really have any too scary quote unquote cards. Hold on, let me just... There we go. The guidebook helps explain a lot in here. It goes through a lot of different ways to read, as well as in the back, there's a lot of different spreads here. And then in the front, we do have some information on how to get started. But this deck in and of itself has so much character. It's so much fun to work with. And it just brings happiness and joy to me when I'm reading with it, because it just feels comforting. It feels fun. It feels like a very gentle everyday deck. The art style is fun. It kind of reminds me of, in a weird way, South Park, how their animation is done. But it's just so beautiful. It's just easy to read with as far as the energy goes. We have a wonderful Two of Cups here. I'm trying to find a scary quote-unquote card for you. So you can, oh, there's the Five of Cups. Eight of Swords. So there's the Three of Swords. Completely understand what that energy is, right? Like, it's just done in a way that makes sense. So if you are a beginner, it's very easy to learn on. Of course, I'm trying to find the harsher cards and I'm not seeing them. Oh, here we go. Here's Death. See, it's just so sweet, gentle. I love it. It's one of my favorite gentle decks, and it's a good size, and it shuffles well. If you have this deck, I would love to know what you think of it. Okay, the Cozy Witch Tarot deck by Amanda Lovelace, artwork by Janina Medeiros. I can never pronounce the names correctly. I do apologize. This is published by Andrews McMeel. This deck is heavy on the Divine Feminine, but it is stunning. It is gentle. The guidebook is great. It has an upright and a reverse meaning, as well as on the card itself and in the guidebook, there's like a little affirmation to help you with the meaning of the cards. I love using this tarot during the fall and autumn months because it's just so, it gives that vibe to me. But all of the characters here are completely diverse, wonderful. I love Amanda Lovelace's work because of that fact. She is very adamant of being inclusive to all body sizes, all different walks of life. But again, it is, you know, femme presenting throughout the deck. Just wonderful. And then, yeah, at the bottom here, you have the affirmations. So I really enjoy it. There's a lot in here that I was very happy to see. Again, a comforting deck. It feels good. It's gentle. There is some seriousness to it though. But this is the kind of deck that you read with when you need a pick-me-up and you need something to help you get going. Great size deck, and it shuffles just well. The Cozy Witch deck. Another all-femme presenting deck is the Pulp Girls Tarot deck. 78 card deck of magic and affirmations. This is by the Pulp Girls. The card packaging is one of those that flip up. Clamshell, that is the word, Natasha. The guidebook is great, just enough information, but we have reflection questions and affirmations in here. So if you are somebody who likes to journal, or if you are somebody who likes to kind of meditate on what the card was that you pulled that day, this is great for that as well. And here's the back. Cardstock is on the thinner side. It shuffles really well though. And it kind of has this like hippie vibe to it a little bit. Which I really dig. The artwork is fun. There is different body shapes in here as well. So yeah, it was just a really fun deck and a great everyday one. I know not everybody loves a fully feminine featured deck, but if you do, this one could be for you. Let me show you how it shuffles. Great size too. The Pulp Girls Tarot. All right, the Tarot of Divine by Yoshi Yoshitani. This is inspired by deities, folklore, and fairy tales from around the world. So this one is published by Clarkson Potter, and the clamshell packaging. The guidebook is a little on the thin side, but the way that this was done was so wonderful by using deities and folklore, because then it adds another layer on top of your readings too. There's not a lot of information here, but I know that Yoshi Yoshitani made a hardbound book of the folklore that inspired this. I just do not own it, so I'm not sure what's inside that, but I hear it's really good. So I love the art style, first of all. This is so beautiful. Linen style cardstock. This art is just gorgeous, stunning, gentle enough, but still gives you the information that you need, those intuitive hits. And I love that the stories are from around the world. So we have a lot of different representation in here. It may not be like what the other decks we looked at are, but it's still very important to see all of these stories in here. Just wonderful. This card, the Nine of Cups, reading that story was wonderful. So yeah, this is one of my favorites because the quality is fantastic. I never showed you the shuffle. And I love the theme of it. Overhand. Yeah, it's just wonderful to work with. So Tarot of the Divine. Next, we have the Practical Tarot. This is by Lisa Kessler. This is a newer release. This came out 2025. The Beyond Words is the publisher, and it is meant to be practical. So everyday use, easy to read. The guidebook is really a good starting off, jumping off point. There's not like a ton of information, but it gets the point across, it gets the meaning across. And then I love the journal or meditation question. And then we do have all color print in here, as well as some spreads. The back is gorgeous. The size is great. I love that it's just the full card. There's no borders. It's so pretty. The art style is a fun art style too. And there's just an ease to this deck that I really enjoy working with it. Oh, that got blurry, sorry. And it really is one of those decks that you can pick up and be like, oh, okay, this is what it means. This makes sense. This right here, the vitiligo, wonderful to see. Again, people that don't have to think about being represented don't understand the importance of said representation. So that's why I make it a point to point out those things, because it is 2025 and it's time that if there's a deck that is modern, we should see it. And it shuffles great. So this is the Practical Tarot. Let me know if this is a deck that you have picked up and what you think about it, because I went into it with no expectations and loved it. Our next publisher is Liminal 11. This was one of their first releases, the Modern Witch Tarot Deck by Lisa Sturl. This one, you can tell is old because it's the old packaging. This one, I love it. My problem with it is how thick the cards are, so it makes it harder to shuffle for my hands. But again, enough information to get you by. A hardbound book, which was great. But yeah, the cardstock, it's like, I can't explain it other than it's just like stiff. It's not that it's super thick, but it's just stiff. So shuffling it for too long makes my hands hurt. But I like the modern look of this. It's very fresh, very clean. Again, it is a very femme deck. So this one, it was a breath of fresh air when I saw it, when it first released, I believe in 2018 or 2019, I believe, from what it looks like on the packaging. But it's a very, very popular deck, and there's a reason why. It's just so wonderful to see all of the representation, as well as it's the same scenes as the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. However, we see modernized clothes, modernized, situations, and it's just done in a way that is creative, innovative, and well done. The colors are still there. It's just a wonderful deck to work with. This was one of the first ones I saw that I was like, okay, this was the deck that proved to me that it can be done. That seeing the representation in here, that it can be done, it can be popular, it can be something that is normalized more, It's a high gloss. And again, it shuffles fine. It's just one of those things that is a stiff shuffle. So if you have this deck, please tell me if you have the same issues with shuffling as I do and how much you love it, because I know you love it. Another by Liminal 11. This is the Luna Soul Tarot by Darren Schill and Mike Medaglia. These are the founders of Liminal 11. So this is the new flip bottom, which so much more convenient. And again, it comes with the hardbound guidebook here. This one is a little bit more gentle and a little bit lighter on the eyes. So this has all the same information as like the Modern Witch, has some spreads in the back. But this one is a little bit more on the gentle side. It's more of a feel-good deck, if that makes sense. Like, it's not going to berate you or tell you off. It's going to gently hold your hand while we both kind of walk through the situation together. And it has a lot of that duality of the day and night, the Luna Soul. So yeah, a little bit easier on the eyes. It's not as vibrant, but you can see the depictions of the day and the night in here as well. So I would love to know if this is one that you own. I don't see a lot about this online or a lot of people working with this online. So I'm curious to know if this was one that caught your eye and work with. Next up, another Liminal 11 deck. We have the This Might Hurt Tarot by Isabella Rotman. This is a mass production of her original This Might Hurt Tarot. And again, one of my favorites. I absolutely love working with this deck because of its inclusivity. I love that they mass produced it because, again, it is an important deck at least to me. I feel like it's done in a way that is respectful and very inclusive. Enough information in here. There's also 2 extra cards. I thought 2, maybe it's just the one. Yeah, it's the one. This might hurt, this might heal. Here's the back. It's a shiny gloss. This one, however, is not as stiff as the modern witch deck. But we have all ages in here, all different identities. It is supposed to be very inclusive, regardless of how you identify. And it's gentle, but again, it's going to be one of those decks that will give you what you need to know. And the creator used people they know in their life to make them the characters in the cards. I just thought that that was extra special. And another layer on top of the readings. All right, show you how it shuffles. I work with this one a lot, particularly the original one. I work with that one with people that I know that identify in different ways. Or if a client reaches out and requests like a deck that is inclusive, I will use this one. So I think if you are somebody who reads for a lot of different people, having an inclusive deck that isn't just necessarily male and female derivative, it also has other identities in it as well, is a great addition to have, just in case it makes somebody feel more comfortable or it makes them feel more included in their reading. So the This Might Hurt Tarot is definitely one of those. All right, Ethereal Visions Tarot, the Luna Edition. This is by Matt Hughes, published by US Game Systems. This is the edition that is from the Ethereal Visions Tarot. It's more inclusive. So a lot of the same cards. However, we have new versions. So I love that. This has enough information in the guidebook to get you by, upright and reverse meanings, as well as the astrological correlations in the major arcana. I have a comparison video should you want to check that out of the 2 decks, but the foiling, oh my gosh, everything about this deck is wonderful and beautiful, and I just love it. It's stunning. I love that there was the effort to put more inclusive people in this deck. It's just done in a way that is just beautiful. This deck is one of my favorites to work with, period. Just because it's just gorgeous to look at, and I see so much of my community in here as well. So if you like Art Nouveau, if you like Matt Hughes, this might be something to check out. Take a look at the comparison video to see the difference between his original Ethereal Visions and this one. I mean, come on. I love it. So anyway, love the foiling, love the backs, love it all. Show you how it shuffles here. Am I biased about Matt Hughes's art because I love the art, period? Absolutely. I will 100% admit that I am biased because it is such wonderful art. But this is the version that I use over the original. All right, let me know which one you own. If you own both, if you don't have either, let me know in the comments. And another US Game Systems. This is a newer release, When Women Had Wings, written by Angie Solons with artwork by Jenna Della Graglia, another artist that I am biased with. I love Jenna's art. This is a wonderful gift, a wonderful like little set. It comes with the little Gossamer tarot pouch. This deck is stunning. I love everything about it. The back, the sides here. This is Whimsy Goth personified. It is just a stunning, stunning deck. Could there be improvements with the body sizes, more inclusivity? Absolutely. I'm never going to tell you that a deck is perfect because there's no like right answer for that, but it is definitely a beautiful whimsy goth fantasy deck, and we have different ages in here. We have different skin colors, all of the above. It's just beautiful, and I really enjoy working with it because of the intuitive hits I get, and it's just beautiful. Oh, that one's upside down. I'll show you how it shuffles. The guidebook has just enough information, just like all the other ones, to get you by. But it is a gentle deck. It has a gentler side to it than some of the others that we have seen. And it shuffles. It's very slick, as you can see. Ooh. So a very slick shuffle, but it is very effective. And the guidebook is thick. And it is, again, nicely done. I don't really have any complaints. But again, yes, I know I'm biased. It's beautiful. Let me know if this is a deck that you own because, again, it came out pretty recently. All right, we're down to our last publisher here. A few more decks to go, and we are on Hay House. So this one first up is the Sephiro, the Spheres of Heaven Tarot by Elliot Baum, George Obmeyer, Viv Tanner, and James Patton. This is an 80 card deck and guidebook. This one was created with like a whole backstory with Rider-Waite-Smith and Kabbalah and Marseille. All of that represented in here, as well as actual representation. So this is more of like a pip kind of style deck. Oh, it's a matte. There is a lot of information in here, but it'll go through like the different spheres and like the different backstories for them all. And it was just an interesting deck to get to know. I don't really know it as well as maybe I should. It's not one that I seek out all the time because to me, I feel like it's a little too serious for some of my readings. However, it is wonderfully done. So there's the back. And this one also has a few different lovers cards, which is wonderful to see. The art style is beautiful. I don't know how to categorize it, but here's some of the different lovers cards, which again, fantastic to see. It has more of like a mythical feel to it. And then each of the minor arcanas have the pip style, and then the court cards are the actual people. So yeah, it's not one that I am pulled to all the time. I will utilize it when I feel called to, but I just think it's done in a really wonderful way if this is something that you're drawn to. I love the addition of the different lovers cards because, again, I feel like it's always important when you can add something like that in. It's a similar vibe to the Pavlov Tarot. And it shuffles great. It's a matte as well. So this is the Sephiro Spheres of Heaven Tarot. Again, let me know if this is one that you own. Next up from Hay House, we have the Fifth Spirit Tarot by Charlie Claire Burgess. And this one is a celebration of all things queer. I absolutely was very blown away by it because it's just, again, a deck for those who don't see themselves in media or tools of any kind, and it's fantastic to have that option. Again, there's more information, and then we have more of like an actual paragraph of meanings rather than a couple of keywords in here. So here's the back, and it's a matte again. So it was done in a way that it can represent whatever identity you choose to kind of pull from it. And I love that. I feel like there's something so sacred about decks like these because they are so rare. And in this time, especially now, this is needed. I mean, look at the cycle. Love that. So yeah, it was just a really, I don't want to say sacred, but it feels like a very meaningful deck for those who need it. And it has kind of like a Pip style, but with a scene, if that makes sense. Like there's not characters in the minor arcana, but you can understand what's going on. So very easy to work with regardless of whether you are a beginner or, you know, whatever level you are at with reading tarot. And it shuffles great. I love this tarot size. It fits my hands well. And overhand shuffle is great. So if you are an owner of this deck, I would love to hear a testimonial. I would love to hear your thoughts about it because, again, it's one that I don't see a lot of people utilizing online, but it's a beautiful deck. All right, one of my favorites of all time, The Unfolding Path Tarot by Athena Noctua, again by Hay House. This one is like a dream. I absolutely love working with it. There's cat hair, sorry. Okay, we have the guidebook here, which has keywords at the top and then a little paragraph about the meaning. So again, very easy to work with. Look at this back. It is stunning. Again, a matte deck, but oh, I love the art style so much. And I love how inclusive this one is as well. The intuitive hits are there. And the minor arcana has a scene going on. So if you are a beginner, I think this would be perfect to start working on if it's something that you're drawn to. And the scary cards aren't super scary. You just can relate to them. So yeah, it's a very good everyday deck. I love utilizing it for client readings. And it shuffles great. Overhand shuffle. All right. Again, I would love to know if this is one of the decks that you own because, like I said, one of my favorites to work with of all time. Last tarot deck of this collection, we have the Lightseers Tarot by Chris Ann. When we talk about workhorse decks, this is a workhorse deck for me. This is one of the decks that I use all the time for clients. It is so easy to read with. This is the guidebook. You have a light seer and a shadow seer, so you can utilize that as an upright or a reversal. We have a affirmation for each card, and it's just so well done. My particular deck, when I got it, there was a manufacturing issue, so like half of the deck is cut a little bit shorter than the other half, but I have not had an issue with shuffling it. So this has more of like a boho vibe, and I love it. I don't know if that's what the look was supposed to be going for, but it does have that kind of illustration vibe to it. I love the art style. I love how easy it is to read with and get those intuitive hits. I know that this is a popular deck because I see so many dupes of it online all the time. But it is very popular with a lot of people for a good reason. Again, scary cards aren't that scary. It's very easy to interpret what the energy is in the cards without having to feel a certain kind of dread or a certain type of way. Like, the energy's there, but it's not something that shames you. There we go. This one just, oh. But yeah, we have all types of different walks of life in here, and it's just very, very intuitive. And I love this Four of Swords so much. Oh my gosh. This Queen of Pentacles. Yeah. So anyway, I know that this is one that a lot of people have in their collection, and there's a reason for that. It's just very accessible, very easy, and very beautiful. And it shuffles really great too. I mean, as you can see, I use it quite often. It's usually my first one, but again, a lot of these that are on the list I will go to too. If it's like, oh, I can't decide which one, I'll use my pendulum to just hurry up and decide. So if this is in your collection, I would love to know, and how much you utilize it, what you think about it, as well as all of the others that we looked at today. Please let me know if your favorite diverse and inclusive deck is not on this list. Let me know what it is so that way I can review it if I have not done so already. But these are my top out of my collection. There's a lot of decks that I do have that do include diversity and inclusion, but just not as much as these 20 decks do. So I highly recommend, if you are drawn to any of these, to check out my unboxing videos of them, so that way you can get a more in-depth look and see if it's going to be a good fit for you. And the description box will include the links as well, so that way if you want to check them out, you can do so. They're not all Amazon links. They're all of the links that I could find that were legitimate, as per usual. So with that being said, is your favorite deck on my list today? Did I introduce you to any new decks that you're excited about? What are all your thoughts on them? Please let me know down in the comments below. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for hanging out. Let me know what type of collection or theme you would like me to curate for you next, because I would love to do that. All right, everyone. Thank you so much again. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.